I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All 6 of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. There's another paid request, this time for John, the Zero Cool. Thank you so much for that. If anyone's interested in requesting any other type of videos or topics or whatever, anything random, whatever it may be, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, this is for the film. I'm a bit confused because there's two different titles to this. Apparently in 2001, there's a film called Sharkman. But then in 2005, there's a film called Hammerhead, and apparently this is the same film. So is it Sharkman or is it Hammerhead? Hammerhead makes sense more as a title, and it has a better cover, so I'll probably use that. But it's under two titles and 2 different years. This was made for Syfy channel. So I don't know. I'm confused. Some say 2001, some say 2005. Fuck if I know. The movie isn't worth looking into it, honestly. The only interest this film has is William Forsythe is the good guy. The hero. If you don't know who William Forsythe is, he was the villain in Out for Justice with Steven Seagal. He was in Stone Cold, one of the villains with Lance Henriksen. He was in Dead Bane. He was in a lot of movies. He was in The Rock. He was in Blue Streak. Not many times did he get to be the lead hero, especially of a creature feature horror film. So I saw that, I went, oh, that's pretty cool. And then Jeffrey Combs as an evil scientist. Hey, Jeffrey Combs, Reanimator. Dr. Herbert West as an evil scientist. Cool. This film sucks. It does. If you want to see a film where there's a man who's part shark, this is a very flawed film, but there's a movie called Creature with Craig T. Nelson. Now, the problem with that film, it's a miniseries, and it should not have been. There was not enough story to tell for a miniseries. If someone took that film and edited it down to a 90-minute movie, you could keep all the best parts and still have a film. And that's what Creature needed. Creature needed to be a 90-minute movie, not a miniseries. Again, there just was not enough story there. But at least, Craig T. Nelson's good. The Creature's pretty cool, and I think for the most part it's done practically. It just got very slow because of... Anyway, back to this. This one, when the attack scenes happen, they're very shoddy in its direction, very shaky, very heavily edited. You can barely tell what the hell's going on. You see a little bit of blood here, a little bit of blood there, maybe an arm bitten off here, but you can't tell what the hell happened. The few times you do see the Sharkman, that's like a hammerhead shark. Once in a blue moon, there's a little bit of practical, but it's like they hide the practical, and they show more of the bad CGI, which I don't understand. Because the few blinking you miss of practical doesn't seem to look that bad for a low-budget film. But they don't show much of that, which I don't get why. Instead, when they do show it, it's just this more shitty CGI. And, you know, the idea when the attack scenes happen, good luck trying to figure out what the hell happened. The story, Jeffrey Combs is a scientist whose son had gotten cancer, and he wants to find a cure for cancer, so he does these tests with human and shark DNA. Some about, oh, sharks, especially the hammerhead shark, something to do with their cells, and they fight off against stuff, including maybe cancer. And if I want to see that bullshit, I'll see Deep Blue Sea. Much better movie than this. Except that was with Alzheimer's. So Jeffrey Combs has this group of people on his little island in this facility where they'll take women and get the Sharkman, his son, to mate with them, to have babies. I guess something to do with the babies. Hopefully get more, deal with stem cells to get this cure for cancer, and also I guess maybe to cure his kid or to save his kid's life, or whatever the fuck. Cure for cancer, cure for cancer, cure for cancer. Meanwhile, his former colleagues, including his son's former fiancée, go to the island, and her boyfriend joins the trip, and that is William Forsythe, who's head of IT, tech support, but I guess he was also a former soldier because he knows how to shoot guns. Okay, I could buy William Forsythe in that. But it's like it's trying to be a sci-fi channel, but it's Sharkman, but then it wants to do like humanoids from the deep, where mating with women and they have babies, and it's a bit of a sleazy idea for the script. And then the editing is so piss poor in this, where, like I say, he experiments with ladies, and Jeffrey Combs puts one lady in this room, and you have this editing of flashes, I guess to show that the Sharkman gets the lady, and poof, 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 a hump-a-dump-a-dump. But you can't tell because it's editing of flashes. Not that I really want to see that, but it's like... I don't, but I say he wants for a cure for cancer, but then he goes off on this whole thing, Jeffrey Combs cared about how offspring lead to a new human thriving in the Earth's oceans and the dawn of a new Atlantis. So I'm like, well, what the fuck do you want? Do you want the cure for cancer, or do you want a new fucking Atlantis? Which do you want? If I want Fishman, you know what? Go watch this movie. They may not turn the sharks, but they turn the Fishman. It's a hell lot better fucking movie. Instead of watching Sharkman, watch Leviathan. You want to see mutations dealing with human and fish. A lot better fucking movie than what the fuck this is. Go watch this movie. That's my fucking... It's not my final bit, but it's there. So yeah, like Jeffrey Combs in the facility pulling babies out, and they're malformed shark babies. I mean, a bit of a sleazy script. And the movie is shot like it had no budget. And when I said like some of the editing is a bit shitty, there's a point where the people arrive, boom, there's this big celebration on the island. The shark will eat 2 people in this body of water. In the middle of that, it cuts to some folks during the party. Then immediately cuts to the shark eating them again. Or there's another edit later on where... what was it? I'm trying to remember what the hell that bit was. Like, something happened, and then it cut to randomly Jeffrey Combs with a test tube, like out of the blue. Then it quickly cuts to furthering on the scene. I don't know what the deal was with the editing in this movie. I would love someone to explain it to me. So after the celebration, after a few people have been eaten but no one's noticed, Jeffrey Combs shows them Sharkman in this tank. Bad effects. He then traps them all in a room. Doesn't shoot them. If all you want is the girls, why don't you just shoot the guys and take the girls? You have guns. Because Jeffrey Combs also has a militia. For some reason, he thinks he's a James Bond villain, decides to trap him, while slowly Sharkman, his son, is going to break through the glass and slowly try to get him. So, of course, gives the leads enough time to try to get the fuck out. There's times when William Forsythe shooting at the Sharkman, but I didn't edit it so poorly. And you did editing late. It cuts every 3 milliseconds. So any bit of action, you cannot tell what is happening. Such a poorly constructed film. I don't know who directed it, but they need a few lessons in action and how to film it. And then we find out why Jeffrey Combs did that. My son will hunt down my betrayers, and I'll bring my son's human instinct to fruition. What? Hunting down the people who betrayed you will bring your son's human instinct into... What fucking sense does that make? Maybe you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Maybe you don't give a shit. Maybe he's hungry. Maybe he's horny. For scientists, that's fucking stupid. So get to boat, go up river, get some bitches bites his ass so hard, that spice wannabe go feel it. I'd rather watch Street Fighter than this. That's how fucking bad this movie is. So, and it's a shame that William Forsythe got to be the lead in a creature feature flick. It can't be a good one like Tom Sizemore did and The Relic, Treat Williams did and Deep Rising. Good movies, fun films. No, it's gotta be this shit. And then a chunk of the film is them dealing with the human bad guys, the militia that Jeffrey Combs, I guess, bought off. And either get shot, William Forsythe needing people, throw them off the boat. They get shot at and the boat fucking explodes. There's a point where they get to a helicopter. They're literally on a helicopter, and then there's flames on the helicopter where you can clearly tell it's just flames like over here. But it's supposed to be flames on the helicopter that they're in. But I guess the flames went 2 feet in front of them. Because they're in the helicopter, but the flames are like all the way out here. Better jump off, and then the helicopter explodes. All other bad editing. There's a point where William Forsythe's attacking a guy. They both go down a hill. As they go down the hill, it cuts to them rolling. Then it cuts to one of the people hurt in Forsythe's group and a pan to their leg. Then it cuts to them finishing rolling down and the one bad guy gets impaled. Why did it cut to the guy? So it rolls, bad guy, William Forsythe, they roll down the hill. Cut to, this guy's hurt. Ah, my leg. Cut to, we finished rolling down the hill. You're impaled. Why? Or there's a point where they're in a room and William Forsythe makes this fire trap so whoever opens a door, there'll be an explosion. Well, they've made the trap. Then you have a bad guy open the door. They open the door, it falls, they get on fire. Ah! Then it fucking fades out. How did it's like... Yeah, the bad guy goes in, it drops on him, it fades out, and then it cuts to William Forsythe and others going through a window. Why do you show footage? Because, I don't know, YouTube doesn't like me when it comes to copyright. Only when it feels like it. I keep harping on this. I open a door, and then imagine I fade out, then cuts to 3 people going out a window. Like, it just seems off. It seems weird. Oh, now I remember where that one scene was. Because the lady who's working with Jeffrey Combs, she realizes this is fucked up, this is stupid, goes to join up with William Forsythe and his group. There's an attack chopper that shoots at the characters. Female scientist falls, hanging off a cliff, and then cuts to Jeffrey Combs with a test tube. Then immediately cuts to her hanging on the cliff again and falling to her death. So it's not even Jeffrey Combs watching this going on, or Jeffrey Combs. No, it's just him randomly looking at a test tube, then cut to her falling. Like, why even cut away? What was even the point of that? And then the attack scenes are so poorly edited. The only time it's not edited the most piss poor is when Forsythe is firing at the humans. And vice versa. Ultimately, it's William Forsythe and the girl and this other guy. He gets the girl and the other guy. Jeffrey Combs says, "My son will remember you when he smells you." Yeah, I smelled this after stuck up your ass. One guy gets his head bitten off, but it's edited poorly so you can barely tell. And can't get the full, oh, that's cool moment of it. Jeffrey Combs has the woman tied up upside down but on a table. I guess he's going to lower her into this. I find it funny he wants his son to mate with her but left her bra and shorts on. I guess that was nice of Jeffrey Combs. Yeah, I tied this woman up and I'm going to lower her down and so my son can rape her, but I'm glad I left her top and panties on. Even though my job is I want him to mate her. But I left the panties and bra, just to be a nice guy, I guess. Maybe the Sharkman has a bra and panties fetish. I don't know. Wants to sniff them and enjoy them before take them off. I don't fucking know. And for a movie this stupid, have the sleazy aspect's a bit disconcerting as well. Finally, the Sharkman bites Jeffrey Combs' arm off. William Forsythe comes in, has the spray stuff, sprays it, the Sharkman explodes. Jeffrey Combs gets back up and William Forsythe just shoots him in the back. They blow up the place as they're running bad effect. William Forsythe and the girl go off and the movie's over. So, a waste of William Forsythe. It was cool to... I liked the actor. I was glad to see him play a different role. He was absolutely wasted in this. The script either has a sleazy humorous from the deep aspect. Even that movie, at least it had some good effects, and you could see what was going on. And was better edited than this. This is some of the worst editing I've seen in a while. I'm like, did I watch a cut version of this? Is that why? It was the version I saw on Tubi. It was on Tubi. Unless Tubi TV had an edited version, I don't know. Even though it's 89 minutes long, it feels like it goes on forever. The Sharkman is... You can't be impressed... Hey, I like goofy ideas if implemented well on a practical effects. Or Sharkman is a goofy idea. But if you give me like a good effect and it's like a man body but the head of a shark, it looks cool, well, okay, neat. I'm a sucker for that. I grew up with films like The Terror Within, which I enjoy. Watchers 2, Those monsters don't look the best, but I enjoy them from many other aspects. And even not the best practical effects, I did enjoy it in some type of fashion. Here, bad CG, shitty editing, Jeffrey Combs, William Forsythe wasted, piss poor direction, and the story kind of tells itself how you'd view it. And even if you're going in for the shits and giggles, again, the gore, you barely get to see much of it because of the poor editing. And it's not like, oh, I get to see a cool monster. You don't even get that. The few times you see is bad CG. So, So fuck this movie. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.